everybody, and welcome to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois, as we get ready for the varsity contest here this evening between the West Hancock Titans and the Tornadoes of A-Town. As Wyatt Reed, joined by Brandon Thomas, my camera guy, and also doing a little bit of color here. And Brandon, we just got done covering the JV game, which is why we're getting a little bit of a later start here, because that was one of the best matches I think you and I have ever seen here, especially on the JV side. Great three-set match won by West Hancock. A-Town now going to look to get their revenge here and get the 2-1 lead on the night after winning the freshman game, losing in the JV game. Now they'll try to get the varsity game here tonight against the Titans of West Hancock, who come up into town.
Yeah, we've seen some really good volleyball here in the first two games. The Lady Tornadoes 1 and 2 sets for the freshmen, and then the JVs back and forth, win a full 3, and the Lady Titans ended up winning. And now here we see the rubber match here in the varsity game.
So who will get the edge here? We'll find out here tonight as the squad out there on the floor is West Hancock. They will be in the road blacks here this evening. A-Town will be in their new home gray uniforms here, which numbers can be a little tricky to see on those uniforms here. So I'll do the best I can here with my horrible eyesight here, but we'll do what we can here. It's good to be with you here, though. Feel free to get into the comments. We love hearing from you guys as we get ready to go here tonight. The A-Town Tornadoes. Last game I did, I believe they're still looking for their first win of the season as they come in, I believe 0-4 is what Max Preps has them at, coming in off of a loss again. A very close match, though, against Farmington, 2-1, so gaining maybe a little confidence in that last one. Maybe they can bring that confidence over here to this one after losing a close one on the road against Farmington. So we'll find out if that is the case here this evening, or if the West Hancock Titans will say, no, sir, you're going to have to wait another one before you get a go at your first win of the season. A-Town, they're going to be looking for a number of different options to try to get their offense going. As last game I did against Alleman, just couldn't really get any momentum going there. Alleman, as Brandon and I talked about, I think in the JV game, Rock Island Alleman is one of the great teams in the state of Illinois when it comes to volleyball. So you don't want to take too much out of that, because obviously you're playing against a very, very good opponent, but you learn some things from games like that. And like I said, they've been playing some better volleyball here, and maybe they did learn something from the game against Alleman here, but they're going to look to get their offense going here early and try to keep that momentum going.
Right, whenever you play a team like Rock Island Alleman, who is a Catholic school, and you are a small 1A school who is combined, consolidated, and playing against a Catholic school like that, it's quite difficult. You got to play as hard as you can, and you learn from it.
And we'll see what they learn from that contest, and see if they can bring it out onto the floor here this evening. As we got the national anthem, we'll step aside during the anthem, and we'll be back after this.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed, Brandon Thomas on the call here this evening as the West Hancock Titans set to take on the A-Town Tornadoes here this evening from A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. And starting lineups being announced, as I believe West Hancock, their lineup all being announced here. So let's get to that. Number 10 is Millie Harness as she steps out onto the floor. Number 32 is Jocelyn Little, followed then by number 34, Jaden Clymer. And then number 23 is Autumn Hill. And number 2 here this evening is Kaya Figgy here this evening. So that's your starting lineup with number 11. Oops, I missed one there. Grace Grothhouse. And the libero here this evening will be Jaden Houston for the Titans of West Hancock. A-Town Tornadoes, their starting lineup going to look like this as we get that onto the screen there. Number 11 here this evening is number 11 is Maya Alderson, followed then by number 7. That's my girl to watch here tonight for A-Town. It is Charlie Cox. Now coming in at number 12 here this evening, that is Corey Anderson. And then number 3, Camden Hull, who had a very good JV showing here this evening. We'll see if she can keep that momentum going into this varsity contest. Taylor Hendel, number 18, number 21 out there is Avery Stiegel. And the libero for A-Town will be number 9 here this evening, and that is Miley Weber. Well, those are your starting lineups here for both sides. Happy to have you along. Feel free to get into the comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for, your reaction to this contest as the handshake lines take place at center court there. And we're ready for some volleyball here this evening. Our JV contest was a good one. We can only hope for a good one here for our varsity contest. Again, A-Town kind of looking for that first win of the season here. They're going to have their hands full against a very talented West Hancock team. And who will start with the serve here? It'll be the road team, and that is going to be West Hancock. Number 10, Millie Harness. She'll serve it up, and we'll get this one underway. Good to have you along. As Harness will wait for the official signal, and once we get that signal, we can play ball. And we can now play as Harness will come to the line and serve it up, and we are underway. Setting it up for Charlie Cox, far side of the court, off the block and right down to the floor. How about that for a start? Charlie Cox, 1 point, 1 kill. Good start for A-Town.
That's a dream start right there for the Lady Tornadoes. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Maya Alderson will serve it up here for the A-Town Tornadoes, and how about that? We got a kill from Charlie Cox, and immediately then on the next service, an ace. I don't think you could have drawn up a better start here.
I don't think so either, but like I said, that's just a dream setting for the Lady Tornadoes.
We'll see if West Hancock can answer, and they go to the tallest player on the floor. That is Jaden Clymer. And she's going to pick up her first kill here of the night, so West Hancock puts a stop to that. 2-1 is the score. Early on in this contest, 32, Jocelyn Little will serve it. She serves it a little too far on the near side, and A-Town will take a 3-1 lead. Set number 1, best 2 out of 3. Already had to use all of the sets in our first contest. There's Charlie Cox trying to get a service ace, and I think she's going to get it right off the top of the net. It's one of the best servers that I've seen from A-Town here in my time of covering. They don't give it to her on the scoreboard, so I won't mess with it, but Charlie Cox, she is very, very talented when it comes to the service game. And I may have just jinxed her as that one goes out of play, and it'll be 4-2. The lead is 2 here for A-Town. But still, she will be the one to watch here when it comes to especially the service game, but they've been setting her up on some kills here as well this season. Here's Hendel as that one dug out nicely by West Hancock. It goes out of play though. Taylor Hendel forcing the issue there a little bit. Taylor Hendel in the game that I did against Alleman, I believe was the leading kill getter in that one. Let me try to find my numbers from that game. Yeah, she had 3 kills in that one. So she might be another one to watch. 24, Lily Stevens into the game for A-Town. She serves it up, and boy, just a little discombobulated here in the early going is West Hancock. Of course, we saw this in our JV match. It looked like West Hancock a little discombobulated there, Brandon, but
right.
They cleaned it up as the match went along, so a lot of volleyball left.
Yep, and once again, we've seen both officials point each way again, so my silence was because of the confusion there.
Hendel, ooh, that one looked like it might have been in, but the officials say, no, sir, it's actually out. If only we had the assistance of instant replay. That one looked like it was really good, but instead, the lefty serve here from Autumn Hill, and Hendel tried to get it over, but a little too far, the lead into the net, and it's now 6-4. 6-4, A-Town with the lead. Autumn Hill into the game, serves it up. Tapped over on 2 by A-Town, leading that one just a little too far is Maya Alderson. Like the idea, you saw it a couple of times in the JV matchup, especially Camden Hall getting that send over on 2, catch the defense off guard. That one led just a little too far though, as Avery Stiegel gets that one across for A-Town. And that one sent wide. That's Grace Grothaus. And it's 7-5. Oops, let's adjust the score correctly here. 7-5 now the score. Serving it in. Here's West Hancock. Grothaus will get it across. Here's Avery Stiegel, who hammers that one, but just goes a little wide. 7-6.
Really good effort, just a little too strong.
And some errors on both sides we're seeing here in the early going. That one tapped down nicely at the net and down to the floor. That's either going to be Grace Grothaus, number 11, or Millie Harness, number 10. We'll see who they give it to. But West Hancock has tied this one up.
I think they called them in the net.
Oh, they did. So A-Town will have, okay. That's why A-Town had it. Good eye, because I was waiting for West Hancock to serve it up. Good eye there, my friend.
Well, I thought I saw it, but then I questioned myself. Then whenever I seen A-Town with the ball, I'm like, well, my instinct was right.
Well, Jocelyn Little just picked up a kill here for West Hancock, number 32. And, you know, I always say it on my broadcast here when I doubt myself and then I ultimately am right the first time, is that one blocked nicely there by West Hancock. Always go with your gut.
Yep.
Always go with your gut, because your gut is right more times than you give it credit for. As that one tipped into the net and down to the floor, so A-Town will take a 2-point lead again. A-Town does have an ace here tonight, Maya Alderson. But now Miley Weber will come in. And Weber smacks that one hard in towards the net. That one was tapped. Is that going to be 4 hits? It is going to be 4 hits. I was wondering if they were going to call a hit there at the net by A-Town or not, because that would have reset the hit count. But no, they did not. I can't find my mouse here, so I'm trying to set the score here, but there we go. 10-7, trying to save it is A-Town. It instead goes to the official's chair. I think my mouse just died. 10-8 our score. I just told Delane to get some stuff in, get some new batteries in there, and I don't know if he gave me a bad batch or what the case was. Blocked nicely there. Okay, it's back up and running. Blocked nicely by West Hancock at the net, down to the floor. Tell you, West Hancock's got some tall girls out there. It's going to be hard for A-Town to sneak the one. They got to get a little crafty here, trying to get it around the couple of girls there playing defense at the net, number 34, number 23. 23 is Autumn Hill, 34 is Jaden Clymer. That one, though, off the block and down to the floor for A-Town, so that'll be Charlie Cox's second kill. Here's Alderson. She's got the only ace here in this one. Setting that one up for Clymer, and watch out, Clymer sends that one right down to the floor. That one had some smoke off of it. That one coming in at a high velocity here, 11-10. Jocelyn Little, number 32, serves it up now for the Titans. Oh, that one off the hands of Miley Weber, and it goes out of play. So that'll be a service ace. And we are now tied at 11. So an ace to go along with a kill here for Jocelyn Little.
This first varsity set reminds me of the first JV set thus far. Back and forth, ties, and everything.
A little bit of everything as West Hancock gets the lead. Their first lead here in this contest. Once the scoreboard updates here, it'll be another ace and another ace. That's 3 aces here back-to-back by Jocelyn Little. And the lead is now 13-11. Titans. Little becoming a problem here on the service game. A-Town gets that one up. And that one tapped nicely there defensively at the net. Camden Hull into the game by A-Town as that one goes out of play. Autumn Hill will pick up her first kill of the night. And this has been one heck of a run here. A-Town led 11-9, and they're on a 5-0 run. West Hancock, they lead 14-11. And another another serve by Jocelyn Little. Oh, that one down nicely. Camden Hull, who made an impact on the JV game. Hull hammers that one to the floor, and that stops the 5-0 run. And now Charlie Cox. She'll come and serve it up here. Dug out nicely by Miley Weber. Over on 2 by Alderson. Dug out there by Cox, nicely done, and getting it over to Hendel off the block. Good back and forth we go. Miley Weber trying to set it up, and it might have went a little too far. It does. Led Camden Hall just a little too far. The lead back up to 3. 15-12. Jaden Clymer will come in. She'll serve it up, and Alderson sends it over to Hendel. That one off the top of the net, off the block, and down to the floor. Taylor Hendel with her first kill. Nicely done by Hendel, who, in the 2 matches that I've done here so far this season, she has definitely impressed me the most on this A-Town team. I feel like last season, as that one tipped off nicely there by A-Town. Tapped at the net and down to the floor, Camden Hall. Boy, she doesn't play like a sophomore there, does she,
no,
Brandon?
She doesn't. And another person that doesn't play like a sophomore we've seen in the last game was De Guzman, and she does dress varsity. She hasn't been put in yet. But speaking of sophomores who don't play like sophomores, you got to mention her as well.
Nico de Guzman is who he is mentioning on the West Hancock side. We may see her in this one, dressed up as number 3. Alderson sets up Stiegel. That one blocked at the net. A-Town sets it up for Hendel, who hits that one into the net. Anyway, I'm finishing my thought on Hendel. Hendel, I think, just let frustration get the best of her sometimes last season. And in the couple of games that I've seen her play this season so far, she's been very confident here. Even if she makes a mistake like she did just there, hitting it into the net, she's been very, very confident, and she just keeps on swinging. And that one down to the floor, another point for the Titans, and the lead has grown to 4. We'll take a break as a timeout called by A-Town. 4-point lead for the Titans. Back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. Work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you, and we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family. Sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed, Brandon Thomas on the call here from A-Town High School as the run continuing here for West Hancock. Things have started out back and forth, but suddenly you look up at the scoreboard here, West Hancock with a 4-point lead, and A-Town going to have to come out here swinging after this timeout, and we'll see who they turn to try to get back into this match.
Yes, and after the timeout, but after every timeout, JV game, varsity game so far, it has been, kind of a fire starter for each team.
That one tipped across there by Avery Stiegel, so tapped over towards the corner and down to the floor. Whoa, what a nice play there. That's by number 11, Grace Grothaus. I may not know much about West Hancock, at least on the volleyball side here, but that is definitely a name I remember. She has been around a couple of years and been making an impact here for West Hancock. Grothaus, I believe she plays basketball as well. But she is a junior, and she likes to stuff the stat sheet. As they're going to say, I believe a violation on West Hancock, so I believe A-Town's going to get the point. They are. I think Grothaus might have went into the net on that one. And it's 19-15, and Camden Hull serves it up. Far side of the court, dug out nicely by A-Town. Number 2, that's Kaya Figge back into the game, or Figge, excuse me. Good back and forth we go here in this one. Here's Stiegel. Stiegel sends that one just a little wide. The lead up to 5, biggest lead the Titans have had. Number 14, Jaden Houston, the libero here this evening in the red uniform. Here's Hendel off the block, gets it to go. Oh, Taylor Hendel, what a nice play. That's her second kill of the night. Her, Charlie Cox, and Camden Hall all with 2 kills here for A-Town as the lead back down to 4, and Hendel will come in and do the serving duties. Hendel. That one nicely done. It's Grace Grothaus again. Adding to her total, she's now up to 2 kills. 21-16. And Grothaus will now go to the line and serve it up. Hendel digs that one out off the serve. Nicely done. Here's Stiegel. Setting it up. That one just a little long for Autumn Hill. So A-Town not going anywhere quite yet. Got to go on a little bit of a run, though. It's number 12 checking into the ball game. Corey Anderson here for A-Town. Number 24, Lily Stevens, will take a seat. As that one, that's a miss hit right there by Jaden Clymer, the senior. Right off the side of the hand, as we've seen a number of times here between the 2 matches. Miley Weber, I mean, it happens to the best of them. As Miley Weber will send that one wide. And back to a 4-point lead here for the Titans. Millie Harness will serve that one on the far side. Oh, man. Thought she almost got that one in. That was a close play there, 22-19. Though A-Town will get the ball back here, and Maya Alderson will serve it up. Towards the back corner, Alderson. Boy, we've been seeing not near as good a serving as we did in the JV game there, Brandon. A ton of aces, over 20 aces between the 2 sides in our first game.
But you got to see that they're trying to hog that line, trying to make it as difficult as they can, and they're most definitely making it difficult on us. They're making it difficult on the officials, but just a little too strong, just a little too happy on the hits. But, hey,
Charlie,
that's how volleyball works.
Charlie Cox, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's what they say in all sports here. Charlie Cox with the kill, by the way, on that last point. That one blocked nicely by A-Town. Clymer had a lot of power on that one. There's Hendel getting it across. Over on 2, dug out by Weber, whistle, and we've got a violation on A-Town, so it'll be now set point. Tell you this, the fight from this A-Town team, though, has been very impressive here in set number 1. Jaden Clymer serving it up for set point. Alderson will tap it over on 2. West Hancock, Clymer. Cox to Alderson. Ooh, might have led her too far. Camden Hull, though, gets it across. Dug out nicely. There is Kaya Figgy. Hendel sends that one long, and that'll end our first set. A great back and forth first set, however. A-Town got out to an early lead, and the Titans of West Hancock come storming back and win set number 1, 25-20. We go to set number 2. A-Town needs this one. We'll be back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed, Brandon Thomas on the call here this evening as our first set comes to an end, as the Titans of West Hancock getting the job done, 25-20. As Jaden Clymer and crew get the job done. Clymer ending that first set with 3 kills. I mean, when you're the tallest player on the court, that's certainly where you're going to look here in a game of volleyball, but a lot of other players picking her up there as well. A good team effort. Number 32, Jocelyn Little, 3 aces and a kill. 2 kills here tonight for Grace Grothhouse, and then 1 kill tonight for number 23, Autumn Hill. A very impressive first set there by the Titans, who kind of took control there in the later portion of that first set.
It was, but we did see a lot of fight from the Lady Tornadoes as well, and Lady Tornadoes are looking for their first victory on the year, so that can still happen.
Alderson serves it in, and we got a whistle and a violation. Violation by, I believe that was Autumn Hill. Carry, I believe, is what that call is. Either way, it's A-Town getting on the board first. They got on the board first early, took a 6-3 lead in the first set. That one goes out of play. But it was all West Hancock in the later portions, though. 25-20 our first set. A-Town, their leading scorers here tonight. They've got Charlie Cox with 3 kills, 2 kills tonight by Camden Hull, the sophomore, and 2 kills tonight by Taylor Hendel. 1 ace on the night for A-Town, and that goes to, I'll get the name here, and just Maya Alderson. Right off the get-go. Here's Charlie Cox. Off the block and hitting that one down to the floor as Cox adds to that total. She's got 4 kills. And the lead is now 2-1. Charlie Cox, the senior, one of 4 seniors on this A-Town roster. Ooh, nearly got an ace there. Dug out nicely by West Hancock. Hendel will send it across. Here's Autumn Hill. Tried to get that one dug out. Camden Hull and Miley Weber, a little miscommunication there. But they tap each other on the shoulder and say, that's all right, we'll get them next time. 2-2 now the score. Serving it up here, Jocelyn Little. 3 aces in that first set for Jocelyn Little. Oh, sent over on 2 by Alderson. That caught everybody off guard, including myself. That one hammered out of play. Kaya Figgy sends that one just a little too long. 3-2. And coming in to serve it up is Avery Stiegel. Multi-sport athlete Stiegel, basketball, softball, volleyball. I don't know how you have any time for anything else with all those sports, as that one out of play off the hands of Figgy. I know a lot of kids that do it.
And it's always good to see kids play in every sport possible. It's not something that you see much of anymore, so whenever you do see it, it's something that you got to go and notice and mention so others do see that and know that you can play more than just one sport.
There's a kill once again by Jaden Clymer, as that one sent down to the floor, and that makes it 4-3. But yeah, a lot of multiple sport athletes here throughout this this roster here. But here's Taylor Hendel, who sends that one into the nets. And that lead, that 2-point lead, now goes back down to the floor. But yeah, it's good camaraderie. It teaches, you know, being a part of a team, which is very good once you get out onto the workforce, being a part of a team. And multiple sports, you get multiple different personalities. And that one tried to get dug out there by A-Town. It hits the floor, but I agree with you. Let the kids play. If the kids are wanting to, let them play as many sports as they want. Don't hold them to just one sport, unless they're really, really good at that one sport, which that is certainly understandable. Alderson will get it across, 5-4. The Titans with the lead. Oh, dug out nicely there by Cox, but they can't get it over the net on 3. And the lead, it's a 4-0 run here after the day. I don't believe there was a timeout there. I thought there was a timeout for a second here. 6-4. Though is the score. By the way, in case you're wondering, Chicago Bears lead 7-0 as that one, I believe that's some kind of, that's off the block and it goes out of play. So the Tornadoes pick up the point. Bears lead 7-0 according to Brandon there a moment ago. In Monday Night Football, first Monday Night Football game of the year. Maybe you're watching both. Got the laptop pulled up. We appreciate you for having us along. Or maybe you got the football game on the laptop and this game on the big screen. That one hammered to the floor. Oh my goodness. Grace Grothaus. She skied for that one, hammering that one down. It's now 7-5. Grothaus, another one of those multi-sport athletes, and she nearly jumped out of the gym trying to get that one down to the floor. 7-5, West Hancock with the lead. Here in set number 2, A-Town needs to get this set to keep this one going as that one goes out of play. Hendel sends that one just a little long.
We've seen a lot of long hits here in this varsity contest, a lot of long serves here in this varsity contest.
Sure have. Like I said, the serving not as crisp as it was in the JV game, but just trying to work out some of those things there as they nearly took out the official on the far side of the court. That one off the block and down to the floor. Eventually, after hitting the official, Grothaus with another kill, and she's up to 4. Her and Jaden Clymer. Great athletes here for West Hancock. That one ends up going across. I don't think it was meant to go across. And now scrambling to recover. Hull sets it up. It's got to go over. It does. Sends it to Grothaus, who just hammers that one down. Oh, that was just a thing of beauty there, Grace Grothaus. She is taking over this one. She's up to 5 kills here in this contest. 10-5 is the score. Biggest lead here in this second set. Here's Hendel off the block, but down to the floor. Blocked nicely. Is that Grothaus again? It was her or Millie Harness.
You had 2 stone walls right there to just jump at the same time. Just a thing of beauty right there.
Nicely done. Well read by West Hancock, 11-5. A timeout on the floor by A-Town. We'll take a break. Back after this TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Wyatt Reed, Brandon Thomas on the call here. 11-5 our score, as this contest has been really kind of one-sided here so far in this second set. West Hancock out to a 6-point lead. A-Town calling the timeout. We'll see if they can light a fire here. They lost the first set, but that one set down nicely. Autumn Hill will pick up the kill. Her third here in this one. And West Hancock picking up right where they left off. They've been very impressive here in set number 2 there, Brandon.
They have been. A lot of hard work, a lot of great effort, and their coach seems to be very happy.
I would be too. They got a number of options they can go to. That one sent across on 2, dug out nicely there. I believe that's Lily Stevens into the ball game. Here's Grothaus again. That one off the block though, dug out. And back and forth we go here as Figgy sends it across. Oh, that one, a miss hit there by Taylor Hendel. Into the net, and the lead is up to 8. But yeah, it's certain times in this one, it's been Jaden Clymer. Certain times it's been Grace Grothaus. Certain times it's been Autumn Hill. You have no idea what they're gonna throw at you here from West Hancock. There's Hill getting it across. Alderson to Hendel. Off the block in that one down to the floor. That's what I was talking about earlier there, Brandon. Hendel, even though that miss hit on that last point, she's still going to be swinging, and she was swinging on that one and made a good play right there off the block.
She's one that obviously is going to keep on swinging, as you put it.
She has 4 kills by the scoreboard here tonight. I had her at 3, but I'll give her 4. I'll agree with those fine folks down on the score table. We appreciate them for keeping score here tonight. Number 14, Jaden Houston, setting up Charlie Cox. That one off the block, dug out nicely by Camden Hall. Here's Cox. Again sends it across. Hill. Oh, that one towards the back corner, and that's going to hit the back wall. Another point here for West Hancock. The lead is now 9. 15-6. All Titans here in set number 2. Who'd they give that kill to? Autumn Hill, her 4th. Rightfully so. Houston, wow, that one hit off of one of the air vents up there in the rafters and went across, but you can't do that, unfortunately, for A-Town. And that'll be another point for West Hancock. 16-6. That one had a little spin on that one, a little change-up kind of serve. Best way I can put it. Jocelyn Little sends that one long. And finally, A-Town will have a chance to serve it up here as Ava Patch, the freshman, coming in, and she will serve it up here for the Tornadoes. So Ava Patch getting some varsity time here. Grothaus sends it across and then hammers it, but she hit the net. So another violation there. 16-8, our score. And Ava Patch will serve it up again, the freshman. Wow, that one. Mustard on that one, and Ava Patch will pick up the service ace.
That's really got to build a lot of confidence for being a freshman, playing up with the varsity, scoring back-to-back serves.
And that one, another service ace. Oh my goodness, watch out. Ava Patch. That one came screaming off the hands of Patch. Give it to her, we'll see if she keeps it up. Oh, and that one served into the net. That ends a very impressive run. How about back-to-back aces, though, for the freshman, and she'll check out. She did her duty.
Very impressive, as you said, and 3 serves, 3 points. That fourth one ended up getting her, but hey, she's a freshman and working very hard for Coach Hindwell.
As that one goes back across. As that one tapped over. Oh, a whistle. I think we got a violation. We do. A carry. What it looks like there. And 18-10. Just 7 points away from claiming this second set and claiming this match is West Hancock. But we've seen a lot of fight here from A-Town, so wouldn't quite count them out quite yet. Here's Charlie Cox, far side. That one hammered. That one off the hands awkwardly of Hendel. That'll hit the floor. Jocelyn Little will pick up her second kill of the night to go along with 3 aces by my count. Scoreboard only has her for 2, but that's neither here nor there. As that one hit out of play, one of the few mistakes that Grace Grothaus, the junior, has made here tonight, sending that one long. Here's Alderson. She's got one of the aces here tonight for A-Town, and she just picked up another one. Maya Alderson. Two aces. And as we saw earlier, Ava Patch with 2 aces. 3 aces for West Hancock, so significantly less aces here in this one compared to our JV matchup. We had over 20 in that one. That one hammered down by Clymer off the block. Boy, that one was picture perfect right there, setting that one up. And Jaden Clymer goes up and gets it. Smacks that one right down to the floor. She's got 5 kills tonight. Served in, and that one awkwardly off the hands of Miley Weber. That is number 10. Millie Harness will pick up her first ace here in this contest. The 4th ace for West Hancock by my total. Harness. There's Clymer. Oh, that one off the block. Nicely done by Stiegel. And that one hit back down to the floor. Jocelyn Little will pick up another kill. It just feels like certain points in this game, it's been different players taking the lead role. Grothaus, then Little, then Hill, then Clymer. I mean, you don't know where it's coming from here, as the lead is actually 22-13. I missed a point earlier on the scoreboard here, or it didn't register. Let's go with that. Charlie Cox, West Hancock 3 points away from winning this one. That one near side, that's a nice play there. Autumn Hill. Now she's at 5 kills. West Hancock has got 3 players with 3 kills, or 5 kills, excuse me.
West Hancock, very talented group, as Wyatt has mentioned, and a team to look out for, obviously.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to game plan for him. There's Hendel, who hits that one into the block, and it is match point. And coming in to serve it, trying to win it here, Jocelyn Little. She's got 3 aces by my tally tonight. And that one hammered down right at the net, and it goes right back to Jaden Clymer.
Big play to end the set and the match right there by a big spike right there at the net.
A kill by Jaden Clymer. She will finish with 6. As I said, West Hancock, 3 different players with 5 or more kills in this contest. That's going to win you a lot of volleyball matches, that is for sure. Let's take a look at some of the numbers here as we get ready to wrap this one up here from A-Town High School, and A-Town will have to wait another one, but we did see some good fight here, I think, Brandon, and I think that's the thing A-Town can really take away from it, especially in that first set. The great back and forth, they got out to that early lead, just weren't able to hang on to it, but definitely some things to get some momentum from and take it into your next match. Now you got to work on hanging on, but You got to credit West Hancock, though, for coming out here and just kind of taking control after A-Town got out to that early lead.
Absolutely. Like you said, they played Rock Island Alleman. Now they've played West Hancock, two really good teams. South Fulton as well, I know that they played, and I'm sure that they're learning. And then they've got these younger kids. We've seen the freshmen and we've seen the JV play also, and I believe A-Town does have quite the future. And then you've got Ava Patch coming up as a freshman playing with the Varsity, scoring off of serves, surely building confidence for the younger group here for the A-Town Tornadoes.
That's certainly right. As our two contests here that we broadcast here this evening, both wins by West Hancock, but as Brandon said, a lot to be confident for if you're an A-Town fan, at least for the future of the A-Town volleyball squad here, because, I mean, they've got some kids that are going to be, there's only 4 seniors on this team. Charlie Cox, Addie Clausen, Anna Servin, Nevaeh Kuhn-Williams. Oh, there's 5. Avery Stiegel is on there as well. So there's 5 seniors. Otherwise, you got a lot of those girls that we saw in the JV game. They're going to be trying to make an impact here in the future. And we saw Ava Patch come in and do that here a little bit tonight for A-Town. And she's just a freshman. And very excited to see where some of these girls are. And some of these girls will be coming back for their senior season. So it's going to be a very interesting team here in years to come. But I'm going to be very curious to see this team down the road as this season moves along, just how they can grow. And games like this, yeah, the second set kind of got away from them a little bit here, but, I mean, when you're dealing with the firepower that West Hancock was, I feel like the way they played that first set is going to give them a lot of confidence and should help them here grow this program as A-Town continues to grow this program throughout the year.
As you said, the first set, it was a little better for A-Town, but there in the second set, yes, it did get away from them, but they still did fight. They still played hard, and that's what you've got to do in high school sports.
That's right, and let's take a look at the numbers here for the West Hancock Titans. Jaden Clymer finishes with the most kills in this match. She finishes with 6. But again, it was kind of a 3-headed monster. It was either her, Jocelyn Little, had a good day. She had 3 kills and 3 aces here, so she totaled up those 6. But then also 5 kills tonight for Autumn Hill, 5 kills also for Grace Grothhouse. And each of those players that had 5 or more kills, just different times during the match, they took control. It was for a couple of points at a time, but it was pretty dominant at certain points, but no one player did all the heavy lifting. It was a great team effort here. Also had an ace here tonight by Millie Harness for West Hancock. But again, A-Town had some things to look at. They're going to look at the stat sheet. They're going to be very impressed, I think, with some of the things that they saw. Taylor Hendel, again, really impressed me here. Coming in, like I said, she was one of those girls who let the frustration of maybe a missed hit get to her in seasons past. This year, that's not the case. She finished with 4 kills to lead the way. Also, Charlie Cox had 4 kills tonight. 2 kills tonight for number 3, Camden Hall. That's a sophomore, by the way, coming in and getting 2 kills. So that's a pretty good sign there for A-Town. Again, kind of speaking to the future of this program. And then 2 aces tonight for Maya Alderson and 2 aces for the freshman, Ava Patch. So I think you're going to look at that, especially like the performance from Hendel here. You look at the performance from Patch. Definitely some things to hang your hat on here. Yeah, you would have liked to have gotten the win, but sports are more about growing as a program and growing as a team, and I think there was some growth here tonight for this A-Town team.
That's what I was just about ready to say. I see a lot of growth. It may take a little bit of time, but you know what? The athletic director is doing a very good job scheduling tough competition, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to play a bunch of podunk teams, and whenever you can play teams like West Hancock, whenever you can play teams like Rock Island Alleman, that builds your spirit up, that builds your teamwork up, that builds your sportsmanship up, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah, certainly, and like I said, some things to hang your hat on, and we'll see if A-Town can hang their hat on that and take these things that they learned forward as the season moves along. Our next A-Town broadcast for volleyball won't be until next week. I'll pull that schedule up, but we do have some football coming up on Friday night, so look forward to bringing that one to you here on TSSR, as I believe these two schools will face each other on Friday night, if my memory serves me right. I'm pulling up the schedule right now as we speak, so bear with me. Football on Friday night, West Hancock coming to Abingdon, and we'll have the call of that one, 7 o'clock on Friday night. Looking forward to seeing what the Tornadoes can do in that one. But our next volleyball broadcast for A-Town Volleyball, wow, it's going to be a while. It's not going to be until next Thursday the 18th, and that'll be against Rock Ridge. So a lot of road contests coming up for A-Town. And it's going to be a while before we are back here in this gym, but, that'll be our next A-Town volleyball broadcast here on TSSR. So look for that on the 18th of September. But some football coming up Friday night. Very excited for that. And we got a lot of other things going on here on TSSR, volleyball and football in particular this time of year. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so when we go live, you won't miss a minute of the action here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. But for Brandon Thomas, my name's Wyatt Reed. It's been a pleasure broadcasting this one. West Hancock winning this one 25-20, 25-13, 2-0 over the A-Town Tornadoes. That's going to do it for us tonight. We'll be back on Friday night for some football. Looking forward to that. Until then, have a great rest of your evening. You've been watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.